The West had set a trap against the Islamic awakeness, which was taking its way just like waves, by reviving the false and the deviant cults in Islam in order to slow, if not possible, if not stop, the Islamic awakeness, which I think it's taking its march towards the West. So they have to stop it. Rand Foundation, I think you've heard of Rand Foundation, they said those spots in the Middle East and elsewhere which are hard to be controlled by us, which they may shackle us from taking advantage of their resources, it's good to create among them something which is called ideological fight of doctrines. So they said it, and it is being fulfilled. The Shah was doing good thing to the Americans. He was very good. He was obedient. He was not transgressor. Obedient boy. But why did they get rid of him? Why did they say the Shia Amama is more appropriate than you? He was doing a fine job for them. Yeah, but he can't stop the Islamic awakeness. Can't do that. While this madhab has a great deal of history, was very destructive to the Muslim Ummah. And the Shia never fought for the benefit of the Ummah. Never, ever. They did not fight for the benefit of the Ummah. The opposite is the truth. So that's what happened, and we find today as a result a lot of cults, and all of the cults you see today, Ash'aris, Mu'tazilis, they are supported by Rafidah. They're supported by them. Salah ad-Din had to do something to stop the Shia confusing activity against the Ummah, because he realized when the cross becomes intensive, strong, Shiism becomes strong as well. So he had to fight the Fatimi state, and as soon as he got rid of the Fatimi state, he was able to get rid of the Crusaders. It was easy. How this cult is very dangerous. I'll give you a small glimpse. Khomeini said in his book, you're not allowed to be a minister or to give any loyalty to any non-Muslim state. Even if they threatened you of death, that you may be killed, don't accept to work with them. Except for one reason. If working with them will be beneficial, and giving service to this religion, Islam, as what Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi did, he served Islam by giving his loyalty, being loyal to Holako, the Tatarian, and he helped him in killing two. He did not say that. What did Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi do? He helped Holako in invading Iraq and killing not less than 2 million Iraqis. That's not the first tragedy that we encounter nowadays. That is the repetition of another tragedy that had taken place by the Shia, who was a minister for the last Abbasid Khalifa, and he became afterwards a minister for Holako, and he helped Holako in killing 2 million Muslims in Iraq. So Al-Khomeini views this as a good service given to Islam. And afterwards he says, Islam will never forget the acknowledgement and the gratitude of the good service that Nasir ad-Din al-Tusi had given to Islam. So we will not wonder why this person was brought from France, taken care of until he came to Iran.
Although, you know, we'd all vote him there.
Right, okay.
Well,
Anyway.
let me just add one thing to that. This is a ray of hope, the silver lining in the cloud. What a Revolutionary Guard guy said, why don't you Americans realize that we hate Arabs more than we hate the Israelis, and that we'd rather work with Israel to contain Arab power than to work with the Arabs to contain Israeli power.
There's a long history, you know, of that.
Yeah, I know, but we don't recognize that. We again, because of our ignorance, we go Muslim. They're all the same. They're not all the same.
Scott,
a less than valid, less than authentic expression of Islam will always be advantageous to Dajjal. Because if this less than authentic expression of Islam is the only Islam which can mount a successful Islamic revolution, the only one, then the Muslim masses around the world will eventually be told that is the valid Islam, because that's the only one which has succeeded in the world. So you should give up the authentic Islam that you have and adopt that less than authentic Islam. Why would Israel want to dismantle such a state? No, it will not be in the interest of Israel to attack and seize the Iranian oil.
طالبان احساس یعنی ایران رو دشمن خودش میدونست و این اسلامی که در ایران بود قبول نداشت. وجود طالبان در شرق ما یک تهدید جدی استراتژیک برای ماست. این طالبان دشمن ماست، آمریکا هم احساس می‌کرد طالبان دشمن ماست و سرنگونی طالبان در درجه اول تامین کننده منافع ایران بود. کوشش صادقانه برای مبارزه با تروریسم در تمامی اشکال آن و از جمله تروریسم دولتی یکی دیگر از نکات مورد اهتمام جمهوری اسلامی ایران است. باید برای ریشه‌کن کردن حقیقی این پدیده شوم همراه با مبارزه با عوامل فعلی آن از طریق همکاری جدی و شفاف بین المللی در راه تحقق عدالت در جهان.
Iran encouraged its allies, the Northern Alliance, to fight alongside U.S. Special Forces. Within weeks, the Taliban collapsed.
This was Iran's first major effort to help the United States, to topple the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. This would have been impossible without Iran's help.
الإيرانيون سعوا
لاقتلاع صدام من العراق بإدخال الأمريكي، وهذه مسؤولية كبيرة جدا
يتحملون المشروع الأمريكي.
هم رغبوا وسعوا وأرسلوا العراقيين إلى أمريكا ليطمئنوا الأمريكان ليأتوا إلى العراق.
We cannot ignore the threats posed by Saddam Hussein to this region, to countries like Iran and Kuwait, to the Iraqi people themselves, and to the security of the region and the world.
قبل از اون احساس دشمنی با صدام نمی. صدام دشمن ما بود، ولی ما هم می‌خواستیم که صدام از بین بریم. گفتم بیا این تجربه افغانستان رو در مورد عراق را تکرار بکنیم، منتها این دفعه 6 به علاوه 6 باشه. 6 همسایه عراق به علاوه 5 عضو دائم شورای امنیت که آمریکا هم جزو اوناست، به علاوه این
Iran wanted more than George W. Bush, Saddam Hussein overthrown. That was absolutely 100%. There was not an epsilon of doubt on Iran's side that Saddam has to go.
آینده عراق هم برای ایران بسیار مهم بود. در همین چارچوبی که ما به افغانستان نگاه می‌کردیم، به آینده عراق هم نگاه می‌کردیم. نیروهای زیادی در ایران بودن، شخصیت‌های برجسته‌ای که می‌تونستن رهبران آینده عراق باشن.
واحدة للسيد الخامنائي في لبنان سندمر لبنان تحت عنوان عداوة أمريكا، وفي العراق سندمر العراق تحت عنوان التحالف مع أمريكا. حينما يكون رجل واحد في مكان ما كالعراق متحالف مع الأمريكان ويخوض حربا مدمرة في العراق، وفي مكان آخر في لبنان يقول أنه مخالف للأمريكان ويكاد يدخل البلد في أتون حرب تحت عنوان خلافه للأمريكان، هذا موضوع لا يمكن